up? Thanks for joining us today. You gonna get the real, cause remember, if it ain't the real, baby, then what you working with? As always, to the right, we got my man Ego in the building.
How are y'all doing today? You know what I'm saying? How are y'all? Long time no see.
Long time no see. Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna forget about it. You know, we've been on a little hiatus. Some of us caught COVID, and it was well worth it. Other niggas revisited the same place that the first nigga caught COVID, and it was well worth it. Shout out ATL. If you ain't never been there, go down there.
Shout out ATL, definitely.
Shout out ATL. And of course, we got my man President Press holding it down.
Yo, what up,
on
everybody?
The right side. Listen, man, we missed y'all. You know what I'm saying? The space here, right here, is bringing me back. You feel the energy? You feel my face? You feel the energy is bringing me back. My niggas to the right. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get the real in the background. We got CJ the specialist about to give you that good angles and shit, make us look good and shit. Stop playing with me. Listen. It's a good day, baby. It's May. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. Listen. It's about to be hot girl summer, real nigga summer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Late spring.
We outside.
We outside with it. Listen, but also a lot of stuff happened that wasn't always about the fun stuff. You know, we actually had a lot of people pass away that's fucking crazy. That probably not a lot of people could have anticipated. DMX being one of them. I know that was one of the bigger ones.
Earl Simmons.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. I still sing that song.
Damn.
Oh, that shit was, to this day, I have not, people have put on crazy concerts, don't get me wrong. But I've never seen, when they played that shit, where was that at? Was that Burning Man? What was that? Nah.
Where?
When his snippet, when he had the one joint overall, it was and it was like hundreds of thousands.
I've never seen a crowd bigger than that.
Bro, that shit was insane.
Yeah.
Yo, so
I've never seen that many people at one concert.
Yeah,
yo,
he rocked the whole stage. Ain't nobody ever performed like he performed.
No, that shit was next level, man. And shout out to him, rest in peace. I'm gonna just orient myself. Black Rob. I actually don't know too much about Black Rob. You were a fan of Black Rob, weren't you? Excuse me.
I was a fan. I mean, put it like this: he made good music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Did I always listen to him? No. Okay. But I did respect his craft. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
There's some artists that just make music that just gives you that energy. It's not the most lyrical, but it just makes you want to get up and go to the gym. It makes you just want to get up and just knock the shit out of somebody. That was Black Rob.
Black Rob.
Yeah, like the one song, Whoa. You know what I'm saying? That was his
major
hit.
That's old. Okay, that's a little older. Oh, got you.
I still remember that music video, how the car flipped over and I think Diddy dropped his groceries or some shit. Like, that was an iconic moment in rap. You know what I'm saying?
I just didn't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, good
Rest
deal.
in peace to him.
Okay, definitely rest in peace. And then Shock G from Digital Underground?
Yeah.
That's who you know. That's who you listen to, right? That's
because a lot of people don't know it, but you know, a lot of people. Tupac used to run tours with him.
Digital Underground.
Yeah, Digital Underground. That's how Tupac got found out.
Word.
He used to run tours with them, do tours and stuff like that. He used to rap for them a little bit. That's how Tupac got started.
Ooh.
So now Shock G. Bomb. Yeah, so R.I.P. to Shock G. He up there with Pac now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's a shame about Shock G. Definitely from Digital Underground. So definitely blessings out to his family and to his loved ones. Yeah. Prayers out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we know we late, but just letting y'all know we're catching up with everything. So it's definitely a shame.
Fact.
Wasn't there Paul Mooney?
Paul Mooney, man. Great. Where he's did you see a lot of his stand up? I never seen a lot of stand up.
I saw a few of his. Yeah. The first it's a shame, man.
Negro Damas.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember this.
He got one of the Rose quotes ever. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
That was a fire interview.
That's real shit, actually.
Yeah. So it's just crazy because last year we lost Kobe. This year DMX. Yeah. And it's just crazy because that's two big icons right there. Not taking nothing against from Black Rob or anybody, but
Zimmerman is out here.
Yeah, but they were great icons.
Yeah. Speaking of that, today's the anniversary of George Floyd's death. May 25th.
That is today, isn't it?
So yeah.
R.I.P. George Floyd.
Listen, they should have a moment of silence for that.
And
it's we glad we got justice in that.
We did. We were actually part of that, bro. We went to.
They got paid. He went to jail.
Yeah, family got taken care of.
They did go to jail.
What was the cop's name? Derek Chauvin, some bullshit like that. Whatever.
So he's still waiting his sentence, right?
He's awaiting the sentence.
Yeah.
But You know, more accountability for all things. You know what I'm saying? Not even just police. So
everybody
hold everybody accountable.
Yeah,
you know?
everybody must be held accountable.
Right.
Everybody know what a crime is when you see it. I don't give a fuck if you got a badge on or not. You know what I'm saying? A crime is a crime.
Facts. So, you know, rest in peace to all those anniversaries that we wish we didn't have to celebrate, but it is life.
Right.
But there's also new things on the horizon, as we talked about, because, you know, it's going into that summer. We're changing the seasons. Energies are changing. Mood are changing. People are also coming out of hiatus. Most notably, Jermaine, J. Cole, baby.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So, your man dropped
J. Cole.
a fire album. I listened to it one time through. These niggas, of course, milked the shit out of this album, so they know way more about it than me.
God.
Just putting it out there. Your favorite song, you said, was 95 South?
Yeah. Right now, it's going to change in like a couple of days. Yeah, it's going to change.
Mine's Omari,
right?
Omari.
Okay. How y'all rank that, John, though?
That's second best album from him, in my opinion.
Under who?
Under Forest Hills.
2014.
Yeah, Forest Hills.
Crazy.
Forest Hills and this. Yeah, definitely.
Forest Hills was like, it just sounded, you know, it sounded beautiful. From start to finish, you know, the instruments that he used, the flows that he used, the bars, you know, it was just a well put together machine. It was like, you know how I can rank these movies? I rank it like, for those that like Avengers movies and shit, 2014 was like Infinity War. It was just a perfect album. You know, start to finish, like in Infinity War, every scene was fire. But then Endgame, the movie that came out after that, was still a great movie, you know, start to finish. It's definitely one of the best movies you'll see, but it wasn't Infinity War.
Interesting.
Because nothing can be that. And like that's how I view Cole's album. It's great. If anybody else other than Jermaine Cole dropped that album, we would call that shit the best album that somebody put out. Right?
I see.
But he put out 2014, so.
Okay. Yeah. So his only competition is himself. Okay, good shit. Real deal. I
like how he I feel like I like how he showed everybody that, you know, he's that bull, because a lot of his naysayers was like, he can't rap, he's just an emotional. He's like the rapping Drake emotional, want to talk about feelings and boring and put you to sleep. He said, fuck that, I'm giving you bars.
He broke his humbleness. He broke his humbleness.
Yeah.
That man,
he broke some bars.
He's definitely one of the most humble artists that I've listened to.
Yeah.
You know, so when he broke his humbleness, it's like, yeah, he's showing you that he's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's really showing you that he's that dude. And I respect the album because he wasn't necessarily trying to give you. He wasn't necessarily he entertained us with the album because once it's J. Cole, we're automatically entertained.
Yeah.
But he didn't try to give you no entertainment music. No, he didn't put something that he didn't put something on that you could throw in the club. There was no club music on that album. You know what I'm saying?
You might be able to put night.
You might, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying,
like click, motherfucker.
You could throw that on, but what I'm saying is like it was hip hop.
Yeah,
you know, he was rapping, like he was spitting bars.
It gave you late 90s New York vibes.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I liked about it. I really like how it's kind of like we get commercials it's like all throughout the entire year we'll get commercials of all the music. Nothing against anybody's music, because everybody makes good music. You know what I'm saying? If you make music, it's good. It's your art, so paint the picture how you see fit. If it's good. You know what I'm saying? So throughout the year, I feel like we get commercials of the bullshit, and then the main attraction comes back on.
Okay.
So it's like J. Cole literally is like the main attraction. Drake is like a main attraction.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar is also a main attraction. You know, these people are main attractions, and then we get little commercials of the bullshit that don't matter. We get those hot songs that are hot for like 2 months, and then another hot one comes and we forget about the other one. And then it keeps going, then boom, J. Cole drops an album. Now we're all tuned in. Now we're all listening. And then we get more of that little bullshit that doesn't matter, and boom, Drake drops an album.
Everybody else except these.
Like, because that's true, because you know why?
People can say the same about Kendrick, though.
I know. I'm still waiting on Kendrick. Kendrick, please, bro, come on, don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me. But but it's because because that's what it is. Everybody wants this to make that jingle. Everybody wants to make that vibe nowadays, which is cool.
Get that check.
You know what I'm saying? You want to get that check.
That money, man. Fuck
right,
man.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? But like when you're somebody like J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, when you're these rappers, you have to when you rap with cadence in your voice, you have to make something with substance now. Nothing can be just a jingle. Imagine if J. Cole made a jingle right now.
Well, I feel like
imagine this. Put it like this. Imagine if this J. Cole gave you the workout or the workout.
Work out for me, yeah. No.
Imagine if this J.
I like that song.
Me too. Me too. But imagine him giving you that song right now.
We don't associate him with that now.
We don't associate it because he's not making jingles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't make. That's not what he does.
He don't do that shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is the commercials of the bullshit. I don't mean to call everybody's bullshit, but it's songs with no substance. Because I hear a lot of good music today, but none of it has substance.
Yeah.
None
that moves me.
Right. Nothing's gonna carry like the music that we hear today. When our kids hear it, they're gonna be like, Dad, what the fuck are you listening to?
You don't feel like it was like this every year though, with some type of music, like even in like the 90s and early 2000s?
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
even the same shit. Same shit.
Yes and no.
It's just like
Yes and
catchy
no.
But
bullshit.
actually, kind of, because back in the 90s, everybody was a mainstream artist. You know what I'm saying? Everybody waited for Mystical to drop an album. Everybody waited for Master P to drop an album. Everybody waited for DMX. Everybody waited for Jay-Z. Everybody waited for Nas. There was no commercials of bullshit because everybody had their lane and everybody.
There was bullshit.
Kind of. Who was bullshit?
I mean, see, I don't want to say bullshit because it's going to come off as disrespectful.
It's not bullshit,
like,
but you know what I mean.
I'm going to say it like this.
Y'all know what we mean when we say bullshit.
There's relatable, because I agree with you halfway. I'm just saying, there's relatable content about halfway. Like,
yeah.
I think Migos is the modern version of Yin Yang Twins.
Correct.
Right? Like, I would say that, but you
That's
know, a
the
lot
bullshit.
of Yin Yang Twins.
That's the bullshit.
I wouldn't say they was bullshit because they had some hits. You're right. I see what you're saying. You're right.
It's
you're not
not
going to listen to a Yin Yang album.
Right.
But you're going to listen to their single.
Correct.
You're going to listen to Get Low. You're going to listen to Get Low.
Correct. That's the bullshit. Yeah. That's the bullshit. Right. You got it.
But I also feel as though the issue with that, though, is that the Yin Yang Twin style of music is more popular than the Nas, Jay-Z-ish 90s Jay-Z.
Because not everybody wants to be a real nigga.
It's not. Is it real, nigga?
I feel
not
like
everybody
the wave,
wants,
bro. Like people want.
Not everybody wants.
Like,
not every. I put it like this. It's not about being real, nigga. It's just that not everybody wants to be in tuned. Because these motherfuckers speak truth.
Escape.
Not everybody want to
like,
hear the
just
truth.
Want to escape. They want to use music as an escape. A fantasy.
Right.
Not me.
They don't want to hear the truth.
You gotta give me the shit that I'm going through. I need you to help me get through my day. Music is my medicine.
And don't get me wrong. I listen to all the music, with no substance because it's still good tunes. It's still good something to throw in on your car when you're driving. It's great music, but
it has its moments.
Yeah, it has its moments, but
I pay my bills.
Right.
I need something that's gonna keep me from snapping on these folks.
Right.
These folks meaning.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I forget that.
Yeah.
Big J. Cole said something about a 9 to 5 on his album too. I forget the bar that he said about the 9 to 5.
Oh, if you're talking about applied pressure, you're talking about when he was like,
right. See, man knew it off the top.
Yeah.
Hey, you applied pressure.
I was like, damn, all right, boy.
Well, you're probably talking about the part where he was like, he hates when y'all talk about shit that you don't got. He was like, I'd rather respect you if you rap about being a broke rapper.
Right.
He was like, that was me in 08. Right.
Because
that's like, hey, Eric and I make music. I'm not broke where I'm struggling, but it's like I'm not where I want to be to where I can wake up and like the only thing I got to do today is just write a fire ass song. Right. Whenever I get to that point, trust and believe, the lyrical ability, the way that this shit will sound will be on par with people that you call legends. If I had the ability to put that much focus on it, but you got to build to that point. And like that's what Cole was talking about. He's like, a lot of these niggas that be making music that ain't got shit, they be out here portraying something that they're not. But he was like, rap about your struggle. I can identify with that. Right. I get that. But that's the reason why I even fuck with Cole since day one.
Right.
Like when he once said refund checks, use that to float, bro. I remember them days. When you was in college, bro, and you got your refund check.
For the refund check.
Yo, that was your payday. That was your stimmy. That was your stimmy was refund check.
Listen.
So you're like that shit hits the soul.
Facts.
It hits the soul.
Listen, that's different. Yeah. That's when you get the stimmy, bro, you listen, everything, all drinks on me.
all drinks on me.
Oh, Insider, you don't know about it yet. Stay tuned, though. You will. Stay tuned.
Side note, before we go into the next topic,
yes,
though, we do got to give a shout out to Drake because he did just win Artist of the Decade.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did, dude. That's right.
Which just for the rap genre, that's monumental.
Right.
Because, you know, he falls under the category of hip-hop, whether people want to call him that or not. But it's like, we already knew hip-hop was, like, runs the world, but it's like, it's solidified. Like, you have somebody who exemplifies that. And it just, that notoriety opens the door for a lot of people that we don't even know yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Artist of the decade.
For the decade,
Drake.
my nigga, last 10 years, bro. That's
Drake was my 20s. Drake was my 20s.
Right. High school to now. Like,
high school. I remember when this nigga dropped in high school. What the fuck was it, bro?
Mm-hmm. I first heard the song Ransom. He had the song Ransom.
Yeah.
And it was like, who the fuck is this nigga rapping with Wayne? Because he comes on the track first. That was the first time I've ever heard him.
You see how we sitting up here talking about, you know, J. Cole and Drake? Substance. We ain't up here talking about French Montana. Ooh. No offense to French Montana. I'm just saying.
Montana got some shit.
He got some shit, but we're not listening to his album. We're not listening to his album. We're not listening to that nigga album. We're not listening to the album.
You got Ying Yang Twins. And then you got them Nas's.
Right.
Them Kanye's.
Them Eminems.
Yeah, I listen. Well, Eminem pre-08.
Stop it. Just say Eminem. Like, he
you
had...
You don't fuck with that.
I was going to say Kanye.
Just Eminem is Eminem.
Just Eminem is Eminem. Just say Eminem.
I'll fuck with Eminem, though.
Yeah.
He's definitely, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
He's in my top 10. You know, let me not act like I'm disrespectful towards Eminem. He's in my top 10. He might fall in the category of like the 6 to 10 area. I don't think he'd be the number. He's like the 6 to 8 area in my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
6 to 8? Okay, so you're not bad.
I'll put him right there. I'll put him above Jay-Z.
Oh.
Easily.
Lyric wise. He's talking about lyric wise.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about
He's not talking about
success.
No, like if you want to talk about like Jay-Z, if we're talking about lyrical wise,
He got worse.
if we're talking about lyrical wise, it's definitely M over J. But if you're talking about career based, J over everybody.
I mean,
because you got to remember, you know what I'm saying?
Eminem a whole more.
Shout out to I Do It For the Podcast, I Do It For Hip Hop Podcast, because I was also talking about DJ Bugsy with this one. Yeah. Because when it comes down to this, like, you know, Jay-Z's, his career is the epitome of a career that you want to have if you're a rapper. Right. You know, this man was able to come into rap, you know, basically be the best at it at a point, and then he was able to get his money together. He took his money and put it other places. First, he put it in clothes. Talk to me. Then he put it in a record label. Then after that, he bought a baseball team. Then he did Tidal. You know what I'm saying? He was giving you everything, and all he was doing was building an empire. That's all he did. So, like, rappers today, you need to take heed to what Jay-Z did, because he is a rapper. That's where he came from. But if you look at Jay-Z now when he walks into a room, that's all business, man.
Can I ask a question? Does that same logic make LeBron the GOAT?
Why? Because he did that?
He did. Oh, he literally
I know
did.
He did that.
He did all that.
He built an empire.
Does that make him better?
Career-wise? Yeah. I don't know, because Kobe did that too.
Not to LeBron level.
Not to LeBron level, but he was on his way there. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Career-wise level, but you got to also say Michael Jordan did that too.
But LeBron did more.
I know,
he
but
built a school.
Right, but you're talking about building something and put money in somewhere else. He built a school.
I mean, you just gave. Because my argument against that, I'm not trying to make the conversation about LeBron.
Okay.
But my argument against that was going to be like,
if you're talking about
Jay-Z's career, you're talking about like Tidal has nothing to do with the bars that he put out.
No.
So when it comes to straight rap.
Right.
Straight rap. Because if you're going to talk straight ball, forget everything else.
Right.
Who balled better, Jordan or LeBron?
Right.
Who rap better, Jay-Z or M?
But you're talking about career based. LeBron.
Rap for a career. I'm giving it to M.
LeBron would be epitome of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you keep that same logic, then
because when you take your money and put it other places, and when you do more, that means a lot more than what you're just doing. That means you're much more than just a rapper. Jay-Z was much more than just a rapper. That's just who we looked at him as, because that's what he produced. Man. But that's what he said. He said, I'm a businessman. Like, he was dropping knowledge on you. You know, he does this shit. Yeah. And I just think that more rappers need to take epitome to that. I'm pretty sure most of them are. If they're not, they should. But I know that's exactly what, you know, he used money as a gateway.
Yeah.
You know, they just like they say weed is a gateway to other drugs. He used music as a gateway for other opportunities.
I respect it though.
And I respect it because that's
Get in and get out.
Capitalizing off your platform and what you have, nigga. That's you mean
because that's exactly
leverage.
what I would want to do.
Yeah.
You know, like take my music and boom, go other places with it.
I think that's the blueprint.
That's the blueprint easily. That's the blueprint. You know,
a lot of niggas did that. Akon did that. Chameleonaire did that.
Now look at Jay-Z, billionaire. He didn't become a billionaire off music.
That's crazy.
He didn't become a billionaire off music. He became a millionaire off music, but he did not become a billionaire off music because it's almost impossible to become a billionaire off music.
That's 1,000 million.
It's 1,000 millions. Is Drake even at that level yet?
No.
Right. A billion.
A billion is a lot of money.
A billion is a lot of money. He's
crazy.
Billions.
A billion is a lot of fucking.
Thousand.
If you spend $1, you can't spend $1 a day, and you'll die before you spend $1 billion if you spend $1 every day.
Hey, like
crazy.
you see what I'm saying? Like that's
Share
what
the
I
wealth,
mean. So
Jay-Z, share the
it's
wealth.
like
you know what I'm saying? So
113
shout out
years
to
of
Jay-Z for doing something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jay-Z. He definitely is.
So he's like somebody to aspire to, man. You can like look
Actually,
at
I
you
see
like
that.
his
It's a billion
career.
seconds. I'm sorry.
billion seconds.
1 billion seconds.
Yeah.
If you send $1 every single second, you will die before you hand out $1 billion.
That's crazy. That's so
Yeah.
get the hand them.
Not 1
Jones
billion
out.
days, but 1 billion seconds. You will die before you hand out $1 billion.
But
That's
yeah,
how much money it is.
but yeah, favorite businessman for me of
Yeah.
all time, definitely Jay-Z.
That's good. That's good because it gives a little. It definitely shows a lot more in public eye of what black culture, men, women. You know, because fucking his wife's like probably Beyonce's up there shit too. Fuck,
She's
like,
about to be a billionaire as well.
Is Rihanna? I think Rihanna might.
She's almost there, probably.
She might be there.
She might be there
Her
because she.
LVMH too.
Yeah,
That
her
she
makeup
do.
and her make like she's doing
Rihanna
numbers.
She sits at the
501-837.
See, this is what. Yeah, right. This is what a lot of people don't
Fuck
know.
ASAP.
She sits at the table of LVMH. LVMH, and did you even know this? Louis Vuitton is owned by the same company of Hennessy.
Damn.
It's the white. I don't know what his name.
It's the company is LVMH. It's Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. Like that's
Okay.
literally the name of the chain.
Right.
She sits at that table.
That's fire.
Yeah, Rihanna. Everybody's like, "Come on, Rihanna, dropping an album," but she's doing what Jay-Z did. She's putting her money in other places. She wants to be other things.
Louis ain't going nowhere. Henny ain't going nowhere. Moet ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, man. So you know, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely what it's about. So yeah, shout out to them, man.
Listen.
They doing they shit. They doing they
Listen.
shit.
So don't be hating on your motherfucking friends and shit that be trying to have aspirations to try to go and lead a path less traveled. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we want to see in the media. That's what you want to portray. That's the type of energy you want to feed your friends, going against the 9-to-5s, going against the norms. And the other side, the flip side to it is, and my man President Press over here put this on the table as a discussion, is why black people are labeled, right, as the worst version, or right, the worst what happens to them is like our norm. I kind of like change that up a little bit, but you can kind of. So when you think about it, right, the whole picture of what we aspire to be and the image that's portrayed, it's funny how on the flip side, right, after your friends that, you know, want to take that angle, on the flip side, if you look at black culture and how we're stigmatized and the generalization of us, it's our worst, right? They pick out our worst, and that's who we are now seen as a general image. And Press brought it to the table, so I'm gonna throw that joint right over to you, since you brought this idea to us tonight. So I want you to go ahead and touch upon that and note where you got it from, bro, like where that shit came from.
Yeah, please.
Well, like the conversation I want to have about it is like, and it's an opinion thing. You know, none of it is fact. But why does it seem as though, like, as black people, you know, we are just held to the standard? Not even a standard. We are just held to the stigma and the generalization of the worst of, you know, the people that exist within the black community. Because one thing I feel as though, whether black people knowingly or unknowingly will ever admit, is that we all feel responsible to a degree for our skin color. And like we always feel the need.
Talk more about that.
Yeah, like to a degree. I might be talking about myself, but if you step back, I feel like you can paint a broad enough picture and say, like, you know, when something happens to a black person, or when something, or like there's a video that goes viral, some crazy shit, whether it's a shooting, a fighting, whatever, the whole world star, shit like that. It's like we innately feel responsible to speak about it, or just a lot of people feel comfortable enough to even ask us, like, why is your community doing this? Like, how? Because all right, let me tell you what spawned it. Yeah. What spawned it was a video was shared by a friend of mine who's not black. Shared a video saying, this is why Asian people gotta stop Asian hate bill, and black people didn't get anything done by the government. Because we see videos. The video was a bunch of people jumping on top of a cop car, riding a little bit, and they're like, this is why y'all don't get things. Like, we know you're good, you know what I mean? Like, we know you're not one of them, but these types of videos is the reason why black people won't ever get advanced in life. And then I thought about it. I'm like, yo, there might be some truth to that, but then it's like, why, like, am I not awarded the same ability to spin that same argument and say that about the worst Caucasians or Spanish people or Asian people that I personally witnessed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to put anybody on blast, nor is this my belief, but it's definitely a question when I just look at the situation, from a third person perspective. Like, that same approach isn't applicable to all races. It's just a black people thing, if you really think about it, right? Like, we don't I should stop saying we. I don't see people truly hold white people accountable for the worst of them, whether it's serial rapists, whether it's serial murders. That person is crazy, that person's mentally ill, that person's a fuck up, and like, we're done with it. We're done with that conversation. We go on to the next news cycle. But black folks, we got to answer for everything. We got to explain why Chicago is Chicago. I've never fucking been to Chicago. I don't know shit about Chicago. I know if I ever go to Chicago, I'm not going to the hood. Right?
Facts.
I know black people that live in Chicago that make six figures, that live in black neighborhoods where black people are flourishing, but we don't see that. We don't. So I feel like, to a degree, a lot of people get these ideas of what black people are because they don't have black people in their life, and their only perceptions, whether they admit it or not, are unknowingly and unknowingly coming from either A, the community that they live in, but your perception pool is very small, right? Because this is the entirety of the world, but you're living in a fishbowl inside of the ocean and telling everybody this is what the ocean is about.
Facts.
Nah, bro, you just live in a fishbowl inside of the ocean. You don't really know shit unless you look at your TV and you be like, aha, see, I live in the hood. I just saw some hood shit on the social media. So that social media just validated what my limited experience, also validates. So this is what black people are. And it's like, bro, what about the black people that, women are the most educated group in the country? Like, that's a fact. Women are black women, shout out to my black queens, are the number one group, ethnicity and sex that are graduating from college at a bachelor level and a master's level.
That's good shit. I didn't know that. Holy shit.
You don't know that.
I didn't know that.
You don't.
I swear 100%
right.
I didn't know that shit.
Right. But you know about Gorilla Glue. The bitch that put the Gorilla Glue on her hair.
Yes,
like,
I do know
she went viral. We saw her all over the place.
Right.
But it's just like, I don't understand that, because we know good quality people that are examples from like other races, and it's just like, I don't understand why black people are that focal point, other than controversy or not. But it's almost as if like entertainment is I'm not going to say Americans, I'm just going to say entertainment is obsessed with black people. And I just don't understand why it's just us, and then like we automatically go to like the worst of us and completely ignore the entirety of everybody else. There's black doctors, there's black therapists, there's black engineers, there's black lawyers, there's a whole plethora of black people out here, and we don't know shit about them because society makes us focus on the worst of us, and then we make gross generalizations and just think that it makes perfect fucking logical sense to say this is why you don't deserve a law, you don't deserve a bill, because of the worst 10% of you motherfuckers.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Wow, I wasn't expecting to get in that shit kind of. You got a response to that? I'm mad. Listen, that shit caught me, bro. I'm like, damn.
But it's crazy because he's 100% right.
I mean, he's making great points. I mean, I can
make
see
great
it.
points.
I can definitely see it, even within myself about looking at black people.
Right. And I also believe it's because we're all victims of this. We allow the world to paint the norm for us. You know what I'm saying? We allow the world to paint the norm for us. So if this is what they show, this is the normal. Every time you go onto the news, 2 kids, like for instance, before we started the show, 2 kids were just killed in Philly today. Prayers and blessings to the families that lost their kids today. But 2 people just lost their kids today. And they blasted that. But they won't go tell you that, oh, there's this guy in the community, black guy, he built a school today. They won't tell you that shit because they're painting the norm of the shit that happens. This is the normal for them. It's the things that they plaster, and it's also the things that we plaster too, because we do it all the time on social media. When a black person does something stupid, we will plaster that shit. But when we see when we see a black man doing right for himself, we won't push a share button. You see, it's the norm that the world painted for us, the norm. But the thing is that some of us fall in line with that. Some of us allow the world to take over our minds and see the norm, but some of us don't. But some of us don't. You gotta just look past the norm, because this is all they show you doesn't mean this is all there is.
Agreed. Fishbowl.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly, fishbowl.
But my question is, because I'm with you on that 100%. But my question is, why is it just black people? Because. Sadly enough, and I know this is probably going to come off a little wrong, but this is not. I'm going to just speak my mind.
We'll get the motherfucking real.
Yeah, speak your mind.
Yes, 2 kids shot to death in Philly today. Yes, that happened. I mean, there's 300 million people in this country. I'm pretty sure something happened to some white kid today.
Right.
White kid, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead, talk, baby.
White kid in my neighborhood, not my exact neighborhood, but my town, just jumped off a bridge and killed himself yesterday because he was quarantined for a year and he likes to play football and he couldn't take it anymore. COVID had him locked in the house, so he jumped off the bridge. He's 17 years old, junior in high school.
Shit.
White kid just killed himself yesterday.
Killed himself.
Bruh.
Don't hear about shit like that.
Because this is the norm that they paint for you. They paint something wrong with blacks, nothing wrong with whites. That's exactly what they're painting. You won't hear these struggle stories. And it's crazy,
Can you say that sentence again? I'm sorry. Can you say that sentence again?
So there's something wrong with blacks, but there's nothing wrong with whites.
Can I twist that up a little bit?
Go ahead.
Because I love that.
Right.
But it's like there's something wrong with blacks, but there's always a reason for why there's something wrong with that white person.
There's some reason. And it's crazy.
Like that person gets the reason.
Bottom of this joint. Make that joint loop around the bottom.
This person was suffering from this and this, that, and third. Like, what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
no, you good.
Think about the trauma that people go through living in these communities that they have no control over.
And the crazy thing is they always bring some specialist on to be like, yes, this is one of the most severe cases. This is a real thing. This white person was dealing with such trauma. Motherfucker, you been to the hood, guys.
Right.
Come on, dog. You see what niggas have to deal with, all, bro.
No, because you're right. You're both right. That's exactly what it is. But we also gotta start letting the world paint the norm for us and understand that there's something wrong. There's something wrong with both sides. Yeah. We can all be better.
Yeah.
So I just think we just all need to just break down that aspect of it, because if you put it like this. When it comes down to it, black people, I watch battle rap. You guys know me. I watch battle rap. So, every day you see black men going up there, spitting their shit, and they're glorifying the laws that they broke that got them where they are. Now, of course, if you take that into sophisticated world, you say, I broke all these laws to get where I'm at. People are going to look at you like, so you're happy you broke laws. You right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? if you went into a business world and you told them all the laws that you broke in order to get where you're at,
Right.
everybody around the table is going to look at you like you're dumb. Like, so you're happy about the laws that you broke in order to get where you're at. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta also stop glorifying the bad things that we do as well. I understand that we all struggle.
Agreed.
We all struggle, but we can't glorify the bad things as well, because once again, are we the only race that will glorify this type of thing? Put it like this, are you happy that you're a drug dealer, that you dealt somebody drugs and he overdosed on it?
See, I hear you. See,
I'm not coming at black people in any type of way, but I'm letting you know that these people are painting a norm.
Okay.
But you're also showing them the norm that they're painting.
To paint? Okay.
So therefore, there's truth to what you're saying. However, you got to realize that this truth is about everybody, not just about one side. Because I've also heard about white people, because they do some fucked up shit in the business world.
Oh yeah.
Put it like this: how many white people you know probably fuck the stock market every day and get rich? You see what I'm saying? Because they just do it in a different way. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? So they do it in a business way, so that makes them smart, and we do it in a street way that makes us dumb. That's the norm that they're painting. But at the end of the day, it is the norm that they're painting for us. But we have to realize that it's the norm for everybody.
I mean, that's true, because I don't view a drug dealer any different than the CEO of Marlboro.
Correct. Marlboro Pack making them Newports,
fucking them up.
Like you gonna put this drug dealer in jail for 20 years because you found him with some coke, and you don't know of anybody that actually died directly from his coke. Meanwhile, the CEO of Marlboro is breaking in millions, and motherfuckers is dying from lung cancer that came from cigarettes. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it. That's real shit though.
The white way?
The white way.
And the white way. The wrong way. The white way and the wrong way.
Listen, I don't sell drugs. I don't condone selling drugs. I mean, I'm on the show smoking weed. I don't believe that is a drug.
Right.
But it's that's why I don't get mad about drug dealers, because, bro, y'all white people, y'all don't give a fuck about CEOs.
Look at the government now. Look at the government now. Slowly, every state is legalizing marijuana. You know, because the government figured out we can get control of this shit. We can get money off this shit.
We can tax it.
And now we can tax it. We're going to get all this bread. All the money we just gave back from these stimulus checks, this is how we getting it back.
Time out. I'll do you one seriously, bro. Drugs didn't get into the country until the CIA brought them in, and that's when the whole crack epidemic happened.
See?
Because they was selling coke to these citizens to make money in a war that Congress didn't want to fund. Look this shit up.
Yep.
Look it up. So they were using drug money to buy guns for a war. I forget what country it was, but they were trying to force like a coup or some shit.
Oh,
Dead ass. I forget which president. I think it was Reagan.
It was Reagan.
It was Reagan.
Crack epidemic.
Yeah. Reagan wanted to fund a war. He went to Congress. Listen, Reagan wanted to fund a war. He went to Congress. Congress is the one that authorizes the funds. So Congress was like, no, we're not funding this thing. So Reagan then went to the CIA and was like, I need you guys to do this so we can get the money because Congress isn't giving it to me. And then boom, you send a CIA connect. You connect them with somebody from, I forget what country it was.
South America somewhere?
It was somewhere in South America. It was like Bosnia or some shit like that. Country doesn't matter. But it's like they connect them with somebody that lives in the hood. There was a black guy that went to jail. He just got out, I believe. Like we know their names because we hear rappers talk about them all the time. No, the point is like they intentionally do the shit that they hold us accountable for and lock us up for. Like they're the initiators of the shit.
They just do it.
I had to protect you after this episode.
Like
that's what. I mean, it's what it is. It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is, man. It's the norm that they paint. It's the fucking.
We got 6 iPhones.
It's the norm that they paint, and we have to stop living it. But we also have to realize it's about everybody. You know, this shit is crazy. This shit is definitely wild.
That shit was way deeper than I had. We did not. But listen, that's the real shit, bro. Oh man.
You gotta look at things at a macro level. A lot of times people just look at what their eyes can see, and that's the worst way to see.
Conversations are important to have, right? Because it'll peak. I feel like it'll start chipping away at some of that glass in that bowl, right? If people are wanting to hear it, people want to listen.
Can I put weed in that bowl?
You can do whatever you want in your bowl, bro. That's your shit, man. Live your life, baby. Live your life, baby.
Oh man.
Social media, I feel like it's kind of, it kind of serves to feed your theory about how this paints the shit that we portray.
Right.
I agree to that. I feel like there's also other alternative side if you are aware of it and to take advantage of it, where now you can be more connected to have an opportunity to actually break your fishbowl if you choose.
Exactly.
Right, but it's choice is always in your hands. Always got
just follow the right shit, because it's like that show we saw on Netflix.
What was it? The Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma.
Yo,
just follow the right shit, and that's it.
Always come back to that shit.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
Just follow the right shit.
Makes the needle move, bro.
Because
social media
just
shit
follow the right shit.
Follow
the right shit.
It's funny following the right shit, right? So social media we talked about is a huge influence now, and we talked about this a lot, but we always somehow go back to this, right? So your influence that your parents have on you, right?
Okay.
Do you feel like you still do things like based on the teachings of your parents, right? Or do you like not care as much because you're like, I'm a fucking adult, I'm making my own goddamn decisions now?
Oh, do I care about their opinions?
Yeah, is it more like, is their input hold less weight now because you're an adult and you feel like I make my own shit? Or is it like, damn, shit they were saying is like, fuck, let me listen now more because I'm older and you're wiser and you're older if they're around?
You want to go first?
You can go. I got to get my thoughts together on this.
I got mine.
Okay, let it rip, baby. Let it rip.
If, in my honest opinion, number one, it depends on who your parents are.
Amen.
In terms of what, though?
In terms of pedigree, culture, like success, nurturing. Okay. Some people have great parents, some people have shitty parents. So you can't really say across the board because I'm not going to speak on my parents specifically, but it's like, if you have the typical parents that you like, if my parents were Barack and Michelle Obama, I think I might listen to what the fuck they have to say. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Super fact.
I might listen to you.
Right.
But if my dad was out here buying pussy and
why you say buying pussy?
I was going.
Yeah.
Bro, my dad
he could have said raping bitches. He could have said killing niggas. He said buying pussy. Little inside joke.
It is.
Clearly not anymore.
No, I'm sorry.
You say buying pussy.
I'd already conjured my mind. He's going to say some wild shit.
Oh, that was a good one.
But I mean, like,
because
I'm taking into consideration the age of my parents when I'm saying this. So
true,
it's like, why would, like, if I see you out here doing all these wild things and you 58 pushing 60 years old, why am I going to listen to anything that you have to say, bro? But I do believe to answer your question more specifically, I do believe like that type of question, it's a constant battle for most people between their conscious and their subconscious mind. Because your subconscious is all the shit that your parents taught you. So if you had like a bad upbringing, like if you were the kid that always got yelled at and shit, you might shut down because you're afraid of conflict and conversation because you don't want somebody to raise their voice. It's like, but you got to become aware of those types of things. But when your conscious mind becomes aware of it, then you're in a consistent battle of, this is what my parents taught me that's wrong, but this is where I want to be, but this is the reason why I act, because I grew up this way and I was doing X, Y, and Z with them, so I don't do ABC, blah, 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 all that, right?
That makes sense,
like, that's what I think people might knowingly have a battle with or unknowingly have the battle with. Because it's easy for me to say, yeah, man, I don't listen to anything that my parents said. I don't fuck that. They told me blah, 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 blah. I ain't do none of that shit. Yeah, bro, but you have a hard time talking about your feelings.
Right.
Because they never gave you an environment to do that.
Right.
So you're just out here saying, fuck these hoes, fuck these bitches, I'm about my bread. And yeah, you got your bread. Yeah, you successful. Yeah, you got more money than your parents, but you don't have any legitimate relationships.
Relationships are key to life, man. You gotta get them.
So, that's what I think it is. Depending on your upbringing, it's going to be a constant battle between what you're consciously aware of and what you're not.
So it sounds like character, like who are they as character? Like after you grow and you learn, like damn, like my parents are actually shitty people, or they're not integrity. They don't have integrity with what they say they do. you know, and also I'm at a level where I'm achieving more than what they're giving me in terms of like anything besides like, you know, a parent to son or a parent to daughter relationship. I'm gonna go ahead. I see you over there, man, marinating in the shit. With the
My
lid.
parents were shitty.
Oh.
Parents were shitty.
We're getting the real.
Parents were shitty.
In what way though? Not, I mean, like, did they just drop the ball in a couple areas, or like, did they just fucking like?
You know, now
torture
that
and beat the
if
shit
this
out of you,
if
or
this
like
if this if you were asking 25 Eric, if this is a person you were asking, I would probably just bash them.
Mm-hmm.
But you're asking 33. I understand not everybody's situation is perfect. And mine wasn't. You know what I'm saying? My honest opinion about my parents, I just think they just two people that shouldn't have been parents. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's not saying nothing about their character. I just think, you know, they put themselves in situations that they shouldn't have put themselves in.
Gotcha.
Can I ask you a question? Within the capabilities of your parents, right? You know, you said that they shouldn't have been parents, but within the people that they are, do you think, given all their circumstances, that they did the best that they could do?
You see, it was crazy that you asked me this question.
You got to take into consideration their upbringing.
Because you know I'm going to give you the exact same answer that, because I was just asked that question a few days ago, right? And I'm going to give you the exact same answer I gave them, but I said it for a laugh because it was funny. My exact answer was, well, if that was their best, I would really like to see what their worst was.
You said you told them that?
Yeah, because like when they asked, like
no, not his parents.
Not my parents. So, I was asked that question because I was having this conversation the other day, and they asked me that question, like, you know what I'm saying? Do you just think that they did the best that they could? And I said I would. If that was their best, I want to see what their worst was.
Well, the worst is you not knowing.
But that was
once you being in somebody's fucking.
Well, once again, that was just me being an asshole. That was just me being an asshole.
You want to be funny? Yeah, I can see it being funny.
Yeah, that was just me being an asshole. But real answer to that question is that's just because I didn't want to have the conversation at that point in time. I was high. I wanted to vibe out to something else. Like, true. Yeah. So I just said that. But real answer to that is, yeah, they did the best that they could. Yeah. I understand. They did. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom, we were moving around all the time. You know, dad just wasn't there. You know, but at the end of the day, it was just
choice or circumstances.
Never know. Don't know the answer. But by both, if you ask my dad, he'll tell you. If you ask my dad, he'll tell you a different story. If you ask my mom, he'll tell you a different story. Yeah. You don't know what at the end of the day, it's just like, wow, one of y'all are not being truthful. And it's like,
yo, that shit crazy.
Yeah, it's like
one of y'all really lying to me right now.
One of y'all really lying.
33, you still lying to me.
33, still lying to me. You can't keep it real. Like, you can't keep it real. I'm old enough. Just tell me how it was. But they just don't do that. So that's why I say, like, you know what I'm saying? It just comes down to the point, like, my parents always told me if I had an issue and I asked them for advice or anything when I was younger, everything they always used to tell me to do was figure it out. No help. Sometimes they would help me. Sometimes they would. My dad helped me out sometimes. I do remember that, like, he did help me out through life sometimes. He really did. Can't say that he didn't. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't give me a fatherly love. Okay. That's what I'm missing. Did he give me lessons? Yeah, he gave me some lessons.
Oh, black dads will always give you lessons.
Black dads give you some lessons.
Do it, not to do.
Oh my God, yeah, he gave me some lessons. My mom, once again, she taught me some lessons through life too. You know, I definitely have some characteristics that I get from her that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, she likes, like, growing up, she used to buy nice things. Like, so I don't just get your rink down Walmart jeans. I got to get something nice. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, right, you know what I'm saying? So she taught me to, like, always want the taste for better things.
Okay.
But she never gave me a motherly love. That's what I'm missing.
Okay.
So it's just like, they taught me lessons.
Yeah.
It's just that the love wasn't there because I just believe they love themselves more than anybody, which is cool. Because in an aspect, maybe that's what you're supposed to do, but I don't feel the same from having kids. I love my kids more than myself.
Oh, wow. Selfish, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I just believe they were selfish people, and selfish people, I just believe, shouldn't have kids if you're like that.
I agree.
You know, if you're that kind of person, that is completely fine.
I agree.
But you shouldn't have kids because that kid is going to miss out on something because unless you don't see it. Yeah. If you catch it before it happens, then okay. But my parents are two people who didn't catch it before it happened. So, like, do I take their advice? Kind of. Because I figure it out. Right, because I always figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what they told me. Figure it out. So, I don't ask them these days, but I figure it out.
Sometimes it's your go-to.
Right. I just figure it out.
No, I was just going to put the question out there. How much of their influence is responsible for who you are today? All things good or bad?
I mean, if I was a dickhead, I could blame them from a lot of shit, but I made my own decisions.
See, I was interesting.
Yeah.
I perceive that differently.
Yeah.
None of your decisions were influenced by any of their lessons. It was straight.
You gotta have some. I mean, if you grew up with them, man, you just.
I don't want
That's
to.
what I'm
I'm trying
saying,
not to make it seem like I blame them for that.
You can navigate through your decision making in a point in time. Like, bro, you're 33 now. At one point, you were 18. You made decisions. You did things certain ways. Like, it's okay to speak about what led to those decisions.
Okay. As long as we know, I'm not just saying I'm blaming them because I'm not. That's just where I thought that's where that was coming from. But I'm sad that they didn't show me what true love was. That's one thing I'm sad that they didn't, because that's where I go wrong nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Every time we went over my dad's house, different chick. Every time mom brought a new dude over, new dude. Like, it was no consistency. they were both some hoes. Like, they were both like, shout out to my mom and dad, yo, but they were some hoes. They was some hoes.
Lot of siblings.
I got a lot of siblings, bro. Like, my dad, on my dad's side, there's 4 of us. On my mom's side, there's 5 of us. Like, bro, like,
y'all niggas is stacked.
Yeah,
y'all niggas almost got a whole
team, bro. Like, it's crazy, but
Philadelphia Tonys.
Right, bro.
7 at any point in time.
Oh my god, and it's crazy, and it's like none of us talk to each other like that. No. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother Dominic are the closest. Yeah. You know, I talk to my sister every now and then.
You learned about them probably later in life. I'm sure you weren't aware of all 8 of them, or were you?
No, I was aware of most of them. The one
connect-wise, like you spoke to me, like you met.
Yeah. Like I used to always go visit my brother like every summer when I was little. He lived with my grandmother, so I used to always go visit him, my brother Sheldon. But that shit is kind of crazy though. But yeah, like they were some hoes, man.
Okay.
Like they were some hoes.
I got one sister.
All right. See? Yeah, no, not over here. I'm the middle child.
Yeah. Middle child.
I'm the youngest of the oldest.
Huh?
I'm the youngest of the oldest. So there's 4 of us that are old and 4 of us that are younger.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm the youngest of the oldest because it's me. It goes me, my brother. It goes my sister, then my Dennis, then Otis.
Otis. Oh, that nigga's the oldest. That's
he's definitely the oldest.
Yeah, no disrespect. Don't fuck me up and shit.
Yeah, man. But then on my mom's side, it goes like, how's it go? Me, Sheldon, Gareth, and Asa.
Asa, I like that name.
It's crazy, but yeah, man. So when it comes down to my parents, yeah, I do take some of their advice because I figure it out. But that was just because they didn't know what else to do.
They didn't know what to say. They told you to do it.
Right. So do I ask them for advice? No, but I still take it, and to some degree.
Did you comment on this already?
I mean, do I take their advice?
Yeah, that was the question. Is like, do you feel like the influence changes as you get older, or do you feel like a lot of your decisions have been shaped by
I was
your
hip
parents?
to the bullshit pretty early on.
To the bullshit. Yo, that's crazy.
Right? Oh, damn, he got me on that. That's exactly what I should have said. Thank you. That's exactly what I should have said, though. I was pretty hip to the bullshit early on.
I feel like around
oh, shit, damn.
Around 14,
I hit
15.
the soul.
Around 14, 15, I knew what the fuck was up.
Yeah.
And
it fucked up when you hit that age and you find out.
But you know what? I feel like I understood early on that people are just people. You know, some people just happen to be parents. You know, some people
are people, and some people happen to be parents.
Right, like that's the most simplistic way that I could put it. Like, you know, like I feel like because I grew up in a 2-parent home until I was 16 years old, and I was not looking in. Everybody think, he got 2 parents in the home. He's lucky. He's blessed. He got the full family picture. Yeah, blah 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 blah.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't know about the nights where when you walk in the house, everybody goes to their respective room, shut their door. Everybody, you don't witness the arguments. You don't witness the, constantly, oh, it's trash day. Let me go grab all these beer cans. Like you start picking up on all those things.
Yeah.
And then when you're looking for like toilet paper and you open up the closet and you see a condom and like, why dad got a condom if he married mom? Then mom told me she got a tube tied. Boom, you put two and two together. You're a kid having these thoughts. So it's like I was pretty hip to the bullshit, and I was like, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My issue was like, you know what? I wasn't saying okay. That's a lie. I was hip to the bullshit, and I had no issue saying it.
That's new.
Right. Talk your shit.
That's the rebellious stage. That's that rebellion.
Yeah. I don't think it was rebellion. It was just
like you're. I was that teenage phase to go through. Like
I wasn't really, but I was never really on that. No? It was just like
you was.
No, I wasn't on those.
Greasy.
I wasn't on that, bro. It was more about like, I know you're selling me bullshit. I'm not gonna buy it. Yeah. And instead of me just walking away and just accepting that you gotta buy the bullshit,
you was ratting out your pops.
Nah, no.
You was selling. You was ratting out your pops.
No, I never said nothing.
All right.
Real nigga shit.
My mom don't watch the podcast, so we cool. I'm concerned the secret's safe still. Whoa, bro. I'm a man still.
Well, I'm about to say, because if you told, if I, if I had he told on me, what? I'm smacking the shit out you. I'm smacking the shit out you.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not the type to keep score, but me and my pops rumbled a couple times.
Yeah, that happens.
I never lost. I never lost.
Lloyd in it.
They never,
Okay.
Well, it's like, I don't know if you ever saw the one video, but it's like, come on,
you
bro.
fight? Oh.
Huh? No. The video of the boy that stepped to his dad, the dad stepped to his son, and his son was like a football player, real big nigga, and his dad thought he could step to him, and then like his son like just sat him down, and he hurt his back, and he could the dad hurt his back, and he's like
that must be like a funny video, right?
No, it's a real video.
It's real video.
Like, his sister was videotaping.
You put him down, like he said his dad, like chill out, bro.
Oh shit!
Like he was like, get out my face. I ain't gonna get out your family, you're dead. I mean, pride, right? Pride. I mean, you're dead. You came out of me. Boom, set his ass down.
I'm not serious.
But it's like, come on, bro. Like, if I ever have a son, I need to understand and know that when he's 16, 18, he's literally fit. He's entering his physical prime.
Yeah.
Like, natural. Like, you're just naturally a strong motherfucker. You ain't got to work for this shit. You just woke up one morning with a six-pack. You see what I mean? So,
shit, not me, man.
No, that's why I'm sorry.
I want to hear it.
Good shit.
Ever since I knew you was a big nigga, bro.
I'm not
I had no six pack though, nigga. Damn, I'm working on that shit right now. Hot girl sitting behind.
That's why I'm in the gym now, because I'm not letting my son beat me the fuck up. Like,
listen,
it's not happening.
That, but I'm not letting none of my nephews beat me the fuck up.
Right.
Fuck you
it's
talking
not happening.
Nigga,
I don't know.
When you see this in 10 years, nigga.
Look like Avon gonna be bigger than you.
He is.
Yeah, he gonna whoop your ass.
Him and Toretto.
So man.
I'm not gonna fight though. I'm not gonna fight.
Yo, that shit.
I'll shoot him in the foot.
You just say what I thought you
He did.
Clearly, his parents still in there somewhere.
I ain't gonna fight him.
Shoot him in the foot.
You gonna touch the pinky?
Touch the pinky toe. Bye-bye.
Damn, my nigga gonna be off balance his whole life.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I'd rather you just beat me the fuck up a bunch of times until my balance off for the rest of my life. That's crazy. You can't even dance with a bitch.
Yo, bye-bye.
Take away my dancing.
He ain't put me up. He ain't put my ass out here.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm keeping my pride.
Did you see that video with the father? I can't remember, bro. Did you see that? It was like the father and son were having a shootout, and they were like in the front of their crib, and like the son came up, and like the dad and the son were arguing, and the son just pulled out it was on their video camera of their crib, just started popping off, and you see son running around, you see dad popping the joint back, son's hiding behind the front of the car.
Real
yes,
bullets?
Nigga, real bullets.
Oh shit.
Bro, and you see the dad run to you, pop, 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 like it's you can Google it. I don't know, you brought it up, and I was like, that's what I figured this nigga doing. Of course, it was it was on video and it got viral because black people. White people shoot people in the face.
I think that would have been on viral if it was anybody.
Yeah.
Dad and son.
But still.
Yeah, that's some wild shit.
Yeah, no, that did happen, and I was like, that's what reminded me of.
Yeah.
That point where you're shooting
Yeah,
your
no.
fucking foot, nigga. Yo, that's funny because this is a good point. So, like, what do you feel like, man, if you could label one thing, bro? Because, like, you think about the world. We covered a lot of topics, man. This is double-digit episodes, right? So, if you could kind of everything in the world, right? What do you think is the biggest problem?
What?
Like, the biggest problem in the world right now, bro? Like, if you could be like, you had a genie, and the genie came out and said, I'm going to give you one wish, and this wish is oriented around solving the biggest problem in the world right now. What's the problem? How is it solved? I know it's a big question, but, like, we talk about so much
So
shit.
you were collecting all the Dragon Balls.
You're right.
Right.
Senran
comes
Senran
out. We
comes
get
out.
that one wish.
And that one wish.
That
nigga.
one wish.
If you know, you know, nigga. If you know, you know.
If you know, you
It
know.
gotta be Dragon Ball Z. I ain't watching.
100%, nigga. Just great guess. Great fucking guess.
Right.
So one thing these niggas can geek out on that you don't know. Is
Even
Dragon
though
Ball
Naruto,
Z.
Naruto wants some anime about music and shit.
Yeah. I started watching Dragon Ball Super.
Started, nigga?
Yeah, I just started. I just
To
started.
answer the question,
Sidetrack.
That's
That's a legend, bro. Legend.
Super Saiyan God.
Yo, wait till this next level.
Oh my
shit,
God.
bro. This level shit, bro.
So,
Yo, shit is crazy,
It's
bro.
crazy.
Listen, just wait
I got
till you-
animation. I just did the description.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I did
Gotcha.
this. Yeah.
What the world's problems and shit.
Yeah. The world's problems. Goku is a solver.
Clearly, my escape is anime.
Yeah.
world's biggest problem.
Yeah. What do you think people should do about it?
Yeah.
How do you think people
What you
should
think
solve
it is?
The world's biggest problem is the lack of understanding.
Okay.
And that
Elaborate.
understanding doesn't mean agreeing. Like, I don't have to agree with you, but I can understand why you say the things that you do.
Interesting.
Because I feel like if you can have that, if that quality exists in both people,
Yeah.
a lot more conversations will go peacefully. And it's like, all right, bro, like, I don't agree with what you said, but I understand why you would say that. Because I get the type of person that you are and what led you to that conclusion. But you also have to understand, like, everything outside of math is not conclusive. Correct.
Yahtzee. Eliminate the dumb niggas.
Where'd that even come from?
Because that's what he's saying.
I mean, nah, because there's a lot of smart people, like, define dumb niggas, because there's a lot of people that you think that are intelligent as hell, but they don't understand that basic concept.
You don't have to
Like-
agree with me to understand me, or understand. You don't have to agree. Your understanding me isn't based on you agreeing with me. They don't go hand in hand. You can understand me without agreeing with what I'm saying.
Actually, you know what? I'll make it simpler. The quote song, Cole's song, it's pride. Pride's the number one thing that has to go.
Pride.
Pride. When you look at the root of any issue or any problem or anything, at some point pride was at play. Two things are at play: pride and choice. I mean, do you act on your pride? Do you choose to act on your pride, or do you choose, not to necessarily take the high road, but take the more peaceful road? Because that's like, I'm not at that point, but that's like a point in my life that I'm trying to get at, where it's like I don't let things affect me.
Amen.
Because the world is going to be the world, so I have no control over what the world does. So why would I allow my emotions to reflect what the world is doing? That I don't have control over that.
You were growing up.
But it's the acknowledgement and the actively getting to that point, because I am human.
So how do people do what you do?
How do you do what you do? You just gotta understand. You gotta understand why somebody is the way that they are. And I feel like I understand like certain things. Like I might be wrong in my guesses about someone, but I feel like my relationships can be better now that I have a better perspective of who this person is. Like if I have a friend that always feels like he needs to always, and I know you guys are gonna laugh because it sounds like I'm referencing a certain friend of ours, but I'm not saying him specifically. I'm using this as general. But if I have a friend that always like has to prove himself, right, and like that could be annoying. Like, damn, bro, like not everything gotta be a fucking competition. Like, chill out, bro. Like, let's just relax. But it's like once I get to know him, I understand that, like, you know, he ain't have nobody growing up. You know, he had to fight to get respect. He had to do this. He had to do that. So the reason why, like, yeah, he's in a better place now. Yeah, you're a family man now. But the reason why he's like this is because of his upbringing. He ain't know shit else. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't. That shit annoys me. But you know what I mean? Because I'm like, bro, chill. But it's like, oh, I see why you're that way. So I understand you. You know what I mean? And I feel like if a lot of people can get to the point where you gotta understand, like, Derek Chauvin deserves to go to jail because I don't understand why you would put your knee on a man's neck for 9 minutes. I don't understand that shit. Put his ass in jail. Right? But it's like, if, God forbid, something happens to one of my man's kids or something happened to my kids and we go kill that motherfucker, bro, let him go back to his job. He had to handle that. Because I understand why he did that shit. And I feel like a lot of people can like, some things can just be easily understood, and there's peace in that. Because people are going to be people.
I ain't got much rebuttals today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weed smoke that's getting to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with my man's 100%. That's my I just would have said ignorance, but that's ignorance, definitely. Yeah. It's just the stupidity that goes on today. I've said it before. We've been in a pandemic before COVID due to ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Niggas ain't get locked in their houses for that shit. They letting that shit spread. They don't care.
Ignorant.
But
yeah, okay.
You know, but yeah, man, it's just the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really crazy. It's really fucked up. But yeah, it's lack of understanding. I understand why people are who they are. You know what I'm saying? If I'm friends with you, it's because I understand you. You may have not given me your entire life story, but due to your certain, you know, habits and characteristics, I understand why people are like they are the way they are. So I understand them, and I'll be like, I see why. I'm like, but that's my nigga still, though, yo, because he cool as shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he cool as shit. Right. You know, so it's because I care enough to be like, yeah, because I understand your struggle.
Like,
understanding is important.
Yeah.
Like, just do some self-reflection, right? Like, and I'm trying to do this too, so it's not like I'm saying this to be perfect. I'm saying this because, hey, these are the types of things that I think about, so I'm just sharing it. But it's, like, imagine nobody's perfect. So at one point, we all did something wrong to somebody.
Super shitty.
But it's like...
Super shitty.
It was never about them, though. It was always about you. And once you understand that everything that you did wrong towards somebody was about you and not them, then you understand that everybody that's ever wronged you was about them and not you.
Agreed. Super agreed. Which actually ties perfectly into what my explanation would be to my answer to the question. It's lack of responsibility.
Yeah. Nobody wants to take accountability.
Piggybacking on understanding, bro, like, how do you solve it? Understanding.
Right.
So, like, my thing is lack of responsibility, bro. Like, you literally, that was a perfect fucking set. We didn't plan this. That was perfect. That was really fire. That's it.
Yeah.
Lack of responsibility. That's it.
A lot of relationships can even be fixed with a lot of understanding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, so.
It's almost like it comes from, like, bro, if I'm not responsible, why do I even care to listen?
Yeah, just understand.
I'm responsible, be like, all right, I played my part. Well, now I'm obligated based on my responsibility. Listen, and understanding. I don't have to agree with the fuck you're talking about, but I'm gonna give you the time because I'm taking accountability and responsibility.
And you have to know the difference. Understanding is not agreeing.
Yeah. No.
Understanding is not agreeing. You're like, all you're doing is understanding that point of their point of like that their point of view, their perspective.
You don't gotta agree that I smoke weed, but don't tell me that it's wrong because you don't do it.
Because you don't do it.
You don't know what it's like for me to be high.
Right? Like, you don't understand what this does for me. Like,
you're not understanding me.
You're not understanding me. I need this shit.
Oh, man,
I need this shit.
Like, just be like, because you're like, bro, you understand, like, you don't smoke. Right. Everybody that ever watches the show, you know, Ev don't smoke.
Right.
That man don't got an opinion about us smoking.
No.
He knows that we enjoy smoking.
Right.
He just doesn't smoke.
And I understand why he doesn't smoke. I get it. Because you know what I'm saying? It's not his shit.
And that's okay.
And I get it, and that's okay.
Right.
But he knows why I smoke, and he knows I'm going to keep on smoking.
Right. And it also makes sense for me not to come in here and expect this nigga not to
be
smoke
smoking, right? In his own
You
crib.
know, I'm gonna be like, yes, this nigga's gonna smoke. And the other thing about it is, it's also like, it's a mutual understanding, right? So it's like respect. Like, bro, I'm not gonna. I mean, that's your lifestyle. That's what you do.
Right.
So, but it's also we don't impede on each other's shit.
Right.
It's not like, yo, dog, you need to really put that joint down. Like, you smoking too much.
Right.
And he's not like, yo, Ev, you might as well want to smoke. Come on, keep smoking. Keep smoking. Come on. Like every 5 minutes, handing me the joint every time. Come over here talking about that shit.
No.
Because remember, there was a point in time I always asked you if you wanted to hit it,
but it wasn't
and then
like,
I stopped.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I understand now.
Yeah.
I will say this though, because there is a point of it.
Now, if you're doing crack on the fucking table, that's different.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna leave.
I'm just gonna leave.
I might be like, bro, you probably should not do crack.
Just like, I see your life falling apart, I'm going to intervene as a friend because I care about you.
Yeah.
But if you're doing what you do, you paying your bills, your kids is taken care of, and you like to get high every now and then, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, it's your life.
Yeah.
Just like waking up being you and dealing with your problems.
Just like when we had Darnell on the show, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't smoke on the show because he didn't want to be around that type of stuff. I smoked before he came, though.
Yep. Shit was rolling off camera.
Shit was rolling off camera.
Rolling off camera. Check that episode, man. Check that episode 5, brick by brick.
There you go. Oh my goodness.
We in this shit, bro. Fully immersed. Thoroughly immersed. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bros, man. Fuck, bro. That shit just gave me life again. Oh man, that shit.
Yeah,
listen,
man.
Bro, because that's real shit, bro. People have an issue with, like, I've dealt with that shit a lot, bro. I've really dealt with that shit a lot. Cause back in the days, it always used to be like, but why don't you understand what I'm saying? Like my shit, it was like I don't know if it was like a single child shit or what, bro, but I used to be like, nah, my shit gotta make sense.
Right.
I understand. I'm like, yeah, I hear you, nigga, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna do people. Why not?
Right.
Because I don't give a fuck.
Because I don't give a fuck,
and
bro.
you not aligned with the shit that, you know what I'm saying, is real for me, which also plays in the part with how you deal with relationships. You talked about how relationships were one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, being on this earth as a human, like naturally belonging, wanting to belong to groups. And be
everything, not even just humans, like animals.
Shit,
like,
animals
they rely on survival based on relationships.
Right, relationships. And when things don't go your way, right, say like in maybe like a romantic relationship or friendships even, because you see this from time to time, how do you take the disarray? How do you take the breakage? How do you take the disagreements? Is it you gotta be angry about this shit to like prove your point? Or do you feel like you need to play the victim, like poor me? And do you feel like that serves you in trying to detach yourself from it? Right, so I'm gonna keep being angry, holding on to it to validate myself and validate who you are, and vice versa. Like, nah, they're really so bad. Like, fuck them niggas. They really hurt me. They beat me the fuck out of them.
I feel like you go.
You got the double hands on.
Because it's that one touched here.
Okay.
That one touched here. I totally understand that question, and no. I don't understand why breakups are like that, like always so dramatic and so angry.
I mean, you know why.
I know why, but that's also lack of understanding.
Yeah.
But that's also lack of understanding.
That emotion blocks the ability to understand.
I know.
That's where logic is.
Exactly. And but the thing is, sometimes you got to just understand
logically,
and you got to understand when somebody just basically says, I am not the best version of myself when I am with you. Is that really somebody you would want?
No.
Damn.
Like, so if somebody is saying that to you, you can't, if you really thoroughly love that person, how can you just say, fuck you? Right. You're going to be no, that's not that easy. If somebody were just able to say those type of words to somebody else and somebody just understand that, like, that's deep, because most people won't understand.
Nah, because they're invested in that shit too. So it's hard to really, you gotta be a really solemn ass nigga to be like, all right, I'm just gonna, I appreciate everything, I'm just gonna detach from you immediately. That's hard, nigga.
It's hard.
I that shit in there. Like, wait, hold on, what you say?
What'd you say?
Wait 1 second.
Wait 1 second. What'd you say?
Yeah,
I am not the best version of myself when I am with you.
That's hard, bro. Oh man, I be getting emotional with people that I'm not even in relationships with. You know what I'm saying? And like girls, or female wise, but
I just watched that show and I made a joke. Yo.
What was that?
It was a show I was watching. It was called Mayor of Easttown. and chick's ex-husband just got engaged to a new dude, right? I mean, to a new chick, and her cousin says, because she just found out that he got engaged, and because he came over to the house because he's still in tie with the family because they got kids together, so he comes to grab oregano or some shit, and she was like, I didn't even know that he cooked, and then her cousin was like, well, he just finally found a woman that brought the best out of him.
Oh shit.
See? You see what I'm talking about?
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, he came over.
Somebody
She was
want-
like, I didn't even know this nigga cooked. And he was like, because he found a woman that, brought
Some
that out of
people
him.
just inspire you to be better.
That
You
is
saw
good.
that,
That's
right?
a good word, bro. Inspiration is real shit.
Yeah, some people just
Like you said,
inspire
you
you
meant it
to
as a
be
joke,
better.
it's real shit.
Right.
Shit is
real.
real. That shit is really real, bro. And people get trapped in that shit from complacency and want to be chill. And then
Everybody thinks they're the perfect partner.
Right. And you got to understand that sometimes, like, some people are just practice.
That's okay. Get your shots in.
Some people are just
Bro.
Get your
practice.
shots in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta miss
I
a couple
love
of
that.
them.
And I also, at the same time, I'm like, damn, I'm such a horrible person.
Some people are just practice.
Some people know they're practice because you're also there fun
We're
practice.
talking about practice.
Practice.
We're talking about
There's
practice.
nothing wrong with practice. It goes both ways.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just-
Unless if they think they're the game.
Come on.
They're really
Man, don't think that
practice.
you are the game.
Just-
Just play. You know what I'm saying?
Play. And then y'all talk about if y'all playing the same game or if you're practicing. He's
Yeah,
But
sometimes you're just
honestly, being
practice.
straightforward is
Alright.
the best way to go.
Yes.
Oh yeah, straightforward is work. Listen, man. I used to really not want to do that shit, bro. I used to feel like hiding my intentions was better. Because I would get a lot of it was like I feel like I would get shunned and I would get played and I would get no women. I
Because
was
your ego
like, damn,
stopping
I
you from doing it.
Yeah.
yeah, it was fear. It was fear. It was fear. It was like I wasn't good enough. It was fear like I wasn't gonna get. I was outcome dependent, right? So I was trying to like dance around the shit. So I'm like, kind of like a little. It's a Libra quality. Girls would always tell me shit. Fuck you. But I love it at the same time. But they would always be like you're
He did both
manipulative.
at the same
Like
time.
you're manipulative, right? So you're like you're trying to like
both of y'all.
squander your way around getting what you want until you really tell me how you feel. You're like, damn, this whole time you really didn't fuck with me. You just wanted my pussy. Or this whole time you just wanted to use me. I mean, I didn't think of it that bad. This was also very long time ago. I have great relationships with all the females who are recently in my life, so you can attest to that. But in the beginning, I just didn't understand it. Again, fatherly figure, not there. Didn't understand the game. Didn't understand how to be brought and like interact with women and be a man. And then I started listening to my homies and talking and being like, you know, I already started refraining from shit that wasn't serving me. And then I was just like, well, shit, I'm gonna try it out. Started learning, invest in myself. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, my dad never told me
Women
no
love
game
that
either.
shit.
I had to learn that shit.
Yeah, women are just like, I appreciate
That's
it.
crazy. Nah, think about it.
And some women will be like, damn, I wanted to just fuck too. Let's go. We can skip the dinner. I'm like, damn, I didn't have to pay none of this for this. I'm a cheap date.
We didn't have to do this?
None of that shit. Yeah. I don't gotta meet you outside. What?
I ain't got me trying outside.
Let's go. And the other Jones will be like,
Hey.
nah, I'm looking for a relationship and that's it. I'm not trying to do it. I'm like, perfect. You know what? You sound cool. Like, I'll be down to chill and link with you on some shit and, you know, but I ain't looking for that shit. That great.
Amen.
That's it, bro.
Amen.
It's really a
And
simple
I'll be
as
like, yo, that
conversation.
shit blew my mind. Like, I had to be like, nah, this can't be right.
Right.
That shit just keeps blowing my mind. It's just awesome, bro.
Some people appreciate honesty.
Yeah, that is what it is, man. Just being real with them. Because it's a respect thing, too. Like, you respect me enough to just keep it to be with me, and cool. Unless they're crazy as fuck. Right?
Yeah.
Then
They exist. Been
There's,
there.
yeah, that's some crazy ass.
But I haven't been perfect either, so I'm still not. So.
Yeah.
No, I'm not perfect anyway. I'm not going to get into that. But,
Ladies, you're not perfect. Fellas, you're not perfect. Just
Yeah.
shut the fuck up and listen and understand.
fuck up and listen.
You know, but
It's
there's
easy.
always going to be different ways that you can look at something. Your way that you look at something is not right. Unless it's math, there's many different ways that you can look at it. 2 + 2 will always be 4. But how you view some shit and how I view some shit is not always going to be the same.
Right.
Go into life and hit options. Go down, go all the way down to cheat codes. Type in understanding.
Oh, okay. That should have come up.
I was about to say, is that on Grand Theft Auto?
I was like, we're just gonna hit the left, right. Yo, damn, bros. I mean, listen, this was. I feel good about this episode. I like this episode. We talked about some real shit. We had some laughs, smoked some tree. Y'all niggas smoked some tree. CJ cameraman made shit. Listen, we back, baby. We back in this thing. You know what I'm saying? We got sleeves on this time. We ain't got the. Well, he got the sweater. You know, this man crib. He do whatever. It's his temperature. And
Yeah,
shit. We sleeving out here, baby. We showing tats. You know what I'm saying? My man's got his biceps bulging out here. We been in the gym, nigga. It's about to be hot girl summer and real nigga summer. You see what I'm saying? Stick around. There's so much more to come. We got press on the end.
We outside.
We got my man. We outside. AKA the Raw.
Yo.
Ego. We got my man. Cameraman, CJ, the specialist, doing his damn thing, making shit work. I still don't know how he does it, but kudos to that nigga. The voice, Ev, you know, I'm just a guy, try to hold the left side down as best I can. But you already know we just gave you the real. Peace.